Hi, welcome to lecture number 5, costs. And in this lecture, we'll introduce some of the technical concepts of costs, talk about it a little bit, and then begin to integrate them with prices before we move on to putting price and cost together in a more comprehensive and whole market structure. So now remember from lecture 4, we talked a lot about sticker prices and market prices. Now, not everything has a price. There are some things that are simply not for sale. And this is fine, but everything has a cost. Everything has a cost. And that cost is sometimes represented by the market price, sometimes not, but always there. You may have heard a phrase called Tanstoffel. I'm going to change it up a little bit and call it Tinstoffel. Tinstoffel. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Now, what does that mean? I mean, okay, let's say a friend takes you out to lunch. Friend's going to pay. Does it cost you anything? Yeah, it still does. Maybe you have to pay some gas to drive there, right? Perhaps you have to put gas in your car or use gas that was already in your car. Maybe it takes time away from your day. Well, it certainly takes time, right? Ultimately, you're always paying in time. Maybe this is a friend who you don't really want to spend a full lunchtime with. Maybe it's a friend who's best taken in small amounts. And so you'd love to chat with them for 15 or 20 minutes, but a half an hour conversation or an hour-long lunch, it's kind of a long time. So maybe there's an interpersonal cost also. There is no such thing as a free lunch. And ultimately, even if the time is wonderful, transportation is easy, costless, there's still the cost of your time. What else could you have been doing? And that's what economists mean when we say there's no such thing as a free lunch. So even if you don't pay in terms of money, although the money cost is present and very real, there is a time cost. There may also be a risk. There may be an annoyance cost. And these costs can express themselves in different ways. There could be other costs also. But let's say I need to buy a new computer. Yeah, there is a sticker price. There's a sticker price to the computer that I will intend to buy. That is the money cost. That is the cost of the sticker price, the cost represented by the sticker price. There's also the time cost. Right? Say I drive to Best Buy or some other computer store to buy a computer, or even if I buy it online. If I buy the new computer online, there's still a cost of doing some research, of actually looking into the computer. Even if I don't hardly do any research at all, there's still the small cost of logging in my information, entering my credit card information, and clicking buy now. Even if it's small, there is that time cost. What about risk? Well, sure, if I get in my car and drive from point A to point B, there is some, even a small amount of risk. It's a risk cost. Annoyance. Maybe I don't like going to the store. Maybe I don't like buying things online. Maybe I don't like spending money in the first place. Right? And so doing any of those activities imposes an extra reduction of benefit to me. There can be other costs also, but in general, you can think of costs as reduction of benefit or potential future benefit. Okay? Costs are easily seen as a reduction of current or future benefit. And you see that only one of these, the money cost, is represented in the sticker price. So here's the deal. In order for me to buy that computer, all of these costs together have to be less than the expected future benefit of that computer. In other words, I have to expect to get more out of the computer than the entire cost of purchasing it. Money cost, time cost, annoyance cost, risk cost, all of it. Let's move on. Many economists will argue that costs all fall under the heading of opportunity cost. And opportunity cost gives us a way to assess the true cost of any action, consumption, or decision. Right? Opportunity costs can include everything. Because really what the opportunity cost is the value to you of the most valuable choice or option not taken. This is very important. It's the most valuable option or choice not taken. And so if I choose to spend $500 for a computer, that's $500 I don't have that I now can't spend someplace else. I can't spend the same $500 for a computer and a bike, for a computer and a new suit. I can only spend it in one place. In a similar fashion, I only have one particular 1 hour block of time. I can spend that hour buying a computer, or I can spend that hour sleeping. I can spend that hour buying a computer, or I can spend that hour calling my mom. Now, opportunity cost is not all foregone options, right? It is only the most valuable choice or option not taken. So let's say I go to the grocery store. Let's say I go to the grocery store and I have a shopping list, right? And my shopping list has A, B, C, D, E, F. And each of these are goods that I would like to buy. And this is the order in which I'd like to buy them. I like A better than B, better than C, better than D, so on. I get to the store and I discover that while they are all the same price, my budget is only sufficient to buy 3 of them. Now, rationally, I should buy A, B, and C. These are the 3 products that I desire most. These are the 3 that I can afford. Now, what is the opportunity cost of buying any one of the products that I buy? Like, say, for example, what is the opportunity cost of A? Is it B? Well, that is the next most valuable option, but I did B. I purchased B. I consumed B. So it's not a foregone option. It's not an option not taken. Likewise, the opportunity cost of buying A is not C. Right? I consumed A. I'm also consuming B and C. The most important, the most beneficial, the most valuable option that I don't take is D. D is the opportunity cost of A. Likewise, D is also the opportunity cost of B, also the opportunity cost of C. D is the opportunity cost of any one of the items that I actually did buy. Now, of course, remember, I'm assuming that each of these is an equal sticker price. Now, if I say, what is the opportunity cost of buying A, B, and C, then the opportunity cost of buying those 3 items is these 3, the 3 I didn't buy. This applies to other things too, not just goods in the store. If I have time, if I have a block of time and I could do homework, or I could bike, or I could do chores, or I could read, or I could play video games, or I could sleep. Okay. But I don't have time to do all of them. I have time to do 4 of them. Well, my opportunity cost isn't the time that isn't the last one on my list, right? F isn't the opportunity cost of A. D is. If sleeping is the least important thing on my list, then sleeping isn't the opportunity cost of any one other thing. It might be part of the opportunity cost of a bundle of goods. What if they take different amounts of time? Like, let's say biking is 1 hour, homework is 2 hours, chores would take me 1/2 an hour, reading would take me 1 1/2 hours. See where I'm going with this? Games would take me 2 hours, or sleeping should take me, we'll be generous, 6 hours. Now let's say I decide to sleep. Okay, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to do homework. And I'm going to go for a bike ride. Now, going for a bike ride and doing my homework, this means that something else on this list doesn't happen. If I only have 9 hours to allocate, I've chosen things now. The opportunity cost of sleeping is all of these, is chores, reading, and playing games. Because altogether, that's only 4 hours. In fact, the opportunity cost of sleeping is more than those three things I chose not to do. However, the opportunity cost of doing my homework is only the benefit that I would have derived from the thing that I would have done if I wasn't doing my homework. So perhaps I would have done my chores and read a book if I didn't do my homework. And in that case, chores and reading a book are the opportunity cost of doing my homework. So the opportunity cost is the value of the goods, rather the benefit of the goods and the options that you could have chosen, but you didn't. The things that you would have chosen, but you didn't. Not the least valuable, least beneficial option, not the thing you were least likely to do, but the most. The thing you would have taken, your second choice, your first loser choice. And you can apply this thought to money, right? If I spend $10 on buying ice cream, the opportunity cost of that $10 is not necessarily shoelaces, if that was the last thing on my mind to buy, but rather the opportunity cost of buying that ice cream was the thing I would have used that $10 for otherwise, perhaps hamburger or pizza or a new sharpening stone, a new tool, or whatever my most preferred, most beneficial option is that I don't purchase because I bought the ice cream. The benefit I would have received from that non-bought purchase is the opportunity cost of the ice cream. Same thing with time, as in our little example here. If I have time that I choose to use for purpose A and not for B, and if I didn't do A, I would have done B, then the benefit from B is the cost of doing A. So this weekend I stained my deck. I could have also mowed the lawn. If I hadn't been staining my deck for at least part of that time, I would have mowed my lawn. And so part of the opportunity cost of staining my deck was the benefit that I would have received and that my family would have received from having nice short grass. There were also other costs. Right? I'd spend money to buy the stain. So the opportunity cost of buying the stain was the time of going to the store and the money spent. Right? And the opportunity cost for the money is the benefits that myself and my family would have received from spending that money on something else. Okay, I hope this has been clear. Look forward to discussing this with you. Our next lecture will be on the combination of prices and costs.